I'm Alana Mejia, Content Director here at Agent Inner Circle. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the most powerful types of marketing out there and what that means for you as a real estate agent. How can you take advantage of word-of-mouth marketing? Now, word-of-mouth marketing, what exactly does that mean? It's probably a term you've heard before. What it means is that people are out there talking about you, and in a positive way. This means you've made an impact with a client, a friend, a relative, and they're telling another friend in private conversation about you and your business. In our digital world, of course, this can also mean that someone leaves you a positive review online with a service maybe like Yelp or Google. I've got a link in the article below if you'd like to read a little bit more about how to manage those online reviews. You should check that out. I read a report recently that said over 90% of consumers trust recommendations from people that they know more than any other kind of marketing. And really, that's not surprising if you think about that a moment. If a friend tells you they had a great experience at a local restaurant, you'll immediately trust that far more than if you saw an ad on TV for that restaurant. So no surprise there. But how do you reach into people's private conversations? That's the secret. That's the secret about word-of-mouth marketing. It doesn't happen by accident. There are a few key elements that you can use to begin influencing the way people talk about you. I'm going to cover those here. Number one, value versus cost. People choose you as their realtor if you can show them that the value they receive from working with you is greater than the cost. Cost obviously doesn't equal value. So what's the difference between a client who thinks your commission is high versus one who finds it reasonable for what you do, the benefits you bring to the process of buying or selling a house? This is why it's so important to focus on that value that you bring to a transaction. Your experience, your knowledge of an area, how trustworthy you are. All of these things show the client your value. That brings us to element number two, demonstrating that value to clients or to potential clients. This is the fact that you're exceeding expectations every time as an agent for every client. You're demonstrating that you're a great agent, one who your clients are going to talk about because you're going above and beyond what other agents are doing. You're providing that value, and you can promote it by caring about the people you work with. Real estate is truly a people business, right? And you can show it by taking part in things in your local community. This means donating time and effort to neighborhood events, being present, making a positive difference. That's what's going to get you noticed and talked about. I've worked with lots of agents across North America for several years now, and there are a few stories that just really have stood out to me. And I guarantee if I'm talking about them, they stood out to me, these agents' clients are talking about them as well. There's an agent I know in Florida, Charlie, who has one of the best above and beyond stories I've ever heard. You can bet that everyone that knows those folks in the story have heard this story. Charlie makes it a point to call at least 10 people in his database every month, and he happened to call an older couple who had a winter home there in Florida where Charlie works. They were chatting about the house when Charlie called, and they told him they just couldn't remember if they left the gas on or not, and it was stressing them out. They were just thinking about it. They were considering making a trip all the way back to check, and they didn't have anyone to go check for them. Even though it was 2 hours from Charlie's house, he immediately offered to drive over and check it for them. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe he'd taken the time out of his day to do this for them with no thought of a reward. They gave him the key code. He'd drive right over the next day and check the house to give them some peace of mind. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Simple, just showing you care about your clients. If they ever need a realtor, I imagine Charlie will be that realtor. There's a couple more key elements to word-of-mouth marketing in the article for this week. Make sure to read the rest for those and a few promotions that you can use right now to leverage word of mouth in your business. If you're on YouTube, click the link below the video. From Facebook, the link will be in the post above. And if you're on our Agent Inner Circle blog, of course, the article is right there. We'd love to hear from you. Please take a minute to leave us a comment or click the like button, and feel free to share your stories. How is word of mouth marketing working for you? We'd love to hear it. Thanks so much.